Okay, I'm back. All right. So we just interviewed this guy. Don't really have anything else to say to him. Feel like we exhausted the dialogue tree. Let's see what's going on. Done. Interviewed the Sunday friend. We did that. We had to do that today. We did it today. Anything else? Gotta talk to Plaisance, but like meh. Okay, we gotta send the victim's body to processing whenever we're done with it. It's like God knows when that'll be. And then we have just so many skill points. Alright. Back outside we go. Goodbye. You took a course in linguistic anthropology, Qatar. I didn't know that. How did you like it? Alright. It's probably end of the day debrief time, right? We can get started in the morning. I'm really curious about the morning actually here. I did, but it told me to ask her again. We can run over and ask Joyce before the day ends. We can try that. I asked her about the world. She had some stuff, but then it told me to like ask her a specific question because that thought ended. Yeah, that's right. You are correct. Let's tilt this a little bit down. I'm slouching. I have the desk set up really high so that the... Oh, I need to put a book under this. That's what I forgot to do. This is a gift from 9-4. I think it's Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, but it also makes a good microphone cover, which means that I can move this down just a little bit, which means that the camera doesn't have to be tilted so far down. Did all your projects on the Southern Quechua, your anthropologically interesting language of choice. That's fair, you lived there. Or, you lived where they speak Quechua. And she's here late.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
That's what the book is for. I've got some more questions about reality. Conceptualization. Jamais vu thought complete. Plus 12. What is reach for something fundamental? 1 second. We have more conceptualization stuff we could be wearing. We're going to min-max this. Clothes. It's this. Yeah. And this. Anything else? Anything else? Conceptualization? No, we'll click on these so they go away. Anything else? We're double checking there's no minus conceptualization or anything. Alright, we've min-maxed it.
You're back. Good. What can
Questions
I help
about
you
reality.
with?
Yes, 83%. It was worth it. What is reach for something fundamental? Check success. Double sixes. What is all of this? The scent, the sound of the air. Yeah, 27 out of 20. Wow. Critical success. What world is this? What world? The fading pearls of her eyes look to the sea. The only one, I suppose. The world of matter and its pale antipode. Inland Empire, you success 12 out of 8. The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water. What do you see? Great bodies of water, forest-covered surfaces, clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough, she concludes. There is a term of endearment they coined for it. In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included. What is it? Elysium. Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment. It does. There are those who would call it hell. What is hell? A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the petrofascists. I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet. Oh, you want a picture of the world? She raises her fingers to her lips. There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit. How come? Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways. How about it's a ball? That's looking less and less likely, Detective. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s. Trivial success. ORG. Occident Revachol Grad. There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three, they're piecing together a dark gray corona. A dark gray corona? Yes, she pauses. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are gray flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there. It certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago. A cold fear seeps into you. 10 out of 8. The Pale? What do you mean, Corona? They say that there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet, or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swaths of land disrupted by nothingness. I'm sorry, dear, she looks around. It must sound quite terrifying, even though through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism is entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the great questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound. A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together. You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. She looks up. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it. What if you say it's disco? +5 experience games. See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities. Shivers, medium success, 11 out of 10. The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Inland Empire, easy success, 12 out of 8. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both silently. He adjusts his glasses. That's all for now. Alright. That was interesting. Let's get to Wednesday morning. Actually, let's see if the strike is still going on one last time. It's 10 p.m. now. Hopefully they stopped. Hey, Melon Dog. Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, come on. Keep moving, bud. Here we go. Hi, hi, hi. I'm surprised chat's not giving you a more raucous welcome. But, you know, people step away from their keyboards. I'm sure Ikatar and 9-4 and Merbles will get at you in a moment. Hello, there it is. There's the energy. That's what I was looking for, Merbles. Okay, now everybody's gone. Where's that guy? Is he in the bar? Yeah, there it is. All caps chat. You're nailing it. Oh, man. What a merry band of fools we are. I really like the word fool, actually. It's, it always reminds me of Disney villains. You fool! Is he in here? Can I ruin this disco by shredding stuff? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know where the guy went. Yeah, what's in this basket? Guess I will take that Nosafed. Thank you. Oh, can I conceptualize out the window now? Is that a thing I can do? Ah, it's perception. Mysterious door scene. You've been here for a long time. Icosahedral dice set sirens. There it is. Aha. Okay, let's see if we have anything else that buffs our perception. I know. Min-maxing, but I feel like it must be done. All this stuff takes a second to mouse over, and I don't love that. Okay, nothing we can do. Check success! We rolled an 11! And in the words of Billy Connolly, what a jolly mob. Probably also the words of other people before BC. I don't know who Bill Connolly is. I don't know who Billy Connolly is, rather. I know... Is it Bill Connell? I know Bill Connolly because he writes articles for ESPN. He has a really good football ranking. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. A light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone's hit a key in the bush. Point at the window. Comedian and actor, Scottish. Well, if you have a link to something... Oh, okay, here we go. Perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. Oh. I think I've seen that guy once. Just like in a GIF or something. I don't know. Someone's hit a key in the bush. Point at the window. Huh? The big guy looks behind you. Can you let me slide by so I can grab the thing? I don't know about that. The tattooed man yawns and settles more comfortably on the bench. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now. Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The hawthorn's got a bitch of a bite. I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there. With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you. Thank you, Theo. Take the key. Item gained. Spare key for workshop. The key is brass. Workshop. Spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence. Come on, man. We were just having some fun. What's the harm in? I'm tired of listening to your shit. Thank you, nodded the old man. Don't thank me. The old man takes out his pack of chewing tobacco. I don't give two shits about your key. Look at the key in your hand. I wonder what doors does it open. It could open the door in the kitchen, the blue door. He looks at the key in your hand. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there. Does anyone know why this key was hanging right outside the union box window? Didn't even know it was there. The man looks at the key in your hand. Then around the room. Boys? No idea. Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place. Leave. Man, dope. I am so pleased to have found that. I wonder if it's fudging the numbers to like give us some progression, you know? Try the workshop spare key on the door. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years, but then the lock clicks. Yeah, it takes effort, so people haven't come through. Inland Empire, medium success, 12 over 10. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages. In we go. Yeah, baby. Ooh, and more experience. This pinball machine says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. Yeah, this is neat. This pinball machine is White Diora. The backlash shows a female figure in mourning. Interfacing. All these mesmerizing machines just waiting to be plugged in and played. Run your finger across the dust of the White Diora machine. Feels like I might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman. What's a White Diora? Some kind of... He looks around thinking. Inane pinball theme. Probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst. Empathy. Easy success. 12 out of 8. The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines. How about we fire one of these bad boys up and play some ball? You can't fire them up. They're broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist Pinball. He looks away. Half-Light, easy success, 10 out of 8. What a dumb name, Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now. Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Cam. No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on. What about that other one? The Franco-Nigerian ball. Want to play that one? No. Encyclopedia. It's a red check. Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi. Let's move on then to finish the thought. I think we got to do it because I don't think the thought's coming back. Yeah. Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi. Is he like a pinball champion? We'll never find out. It's strange that he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Seolite. His people are incredibly dexterous. They all love pinball. Matter of fact, hey, didn't you guys like invent pinball? Us guys? You know, Seoul people. Massive pinball people. Seoul is an extremely protectionist isola, inaccessible from the rest of mankind. As it has been for over 1,000 years, I have no special knowledge of them, despite my heritage. But even I know that they don't play pinball. They have a rigid class society and a punitive justice system. He looked around. We should continue with our exploration of this place. It doesn't matter. So you're not all like pinball aces? Because I can swear I know you are. No, they're not. Let's move on. There's more to this place than pinball machines. Let's move on. Finish thought. I'm disappointed. Oh, man. I feel like he's like, they're not, which means that he is, but we just would not connect those dots. How disappointing. A note. NB. The spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Man, thanks. $5. All right. I will take it. What was a really good guess? My guess? That, like, Kim is like a pinball thing? This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Look in. It's the smell of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There's a control panel to your right, and just enough room for two people to fit in. Look at the elevator controls. There are large rectangular buttons, Monterre, Descendra, and an international call for emergency assistance. The third one appears to be broken. There's a previous pinball champion. He had to for an undercover job. He hates pinball with a passion. Oh, interesting to know, Merbles. I mean, I don't know if I was ever going to find that out on my own. But, yeah, he just, yeah, it seemed like the kind of thing that the story would provide. I I've done a really good job of not seeing any spoilers of any playthroughs of this game at all, other than like the first 5 minutes. So every time I like don't know, like I genuinely don't know what's going on. So I'm like actually pretty proud right now. I wonder what this elevator was used for. Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint. He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's glowing in the dark. Close the doors and go up. We're going up on a Tuesday, even though it's about to be Wednesday. Small windows, taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. I think it comes up again, at least in subtext. Okay, good to know. Box of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine, futurism themed. Ooh, pinball maker's coat. +1 empathy, +1 hand-eye coordination. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. Logic. So this is where they brought faulty pinball machines to fix them up, a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf. Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. He agrees. At some point. 20 years ago. 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. This used to be a pinball workshop. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel, and there are machines left over. He taps his foot. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardy Boys bang away at it. Reaction speed, easy, success, 8 out of 8. Remember the dice maker? Then that means Whirling and Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that. Yes, as the novelty dice maker said. He makes a note in his notebook. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a little nice little connection. Inland Empire, easy, success, 12 out of 8. But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection. Could this mean the Whirling and Rags really is part of the Jews commercial area? If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. He looks around. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. New task, the doomed hostel? He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about a bankruptcy. Inland Empire, medium success, 12 out of 10. It's not a ghost story, it's a curse. And Gart ought to mean made knowledgeable so we can perform counter spells. Okay, finished thought. Oh, there's footprints. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor. Jackpot. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. These, unlike everything else here, are new. Someone's been here within the last week or two. 3 weeks maximum from dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer, he looks at you. Empathy, medium success, 12 out of 10. This is good. He likes it. That's a little smile there in the dark of the workshop. Task complete. Explore the whirling secret patches. Gained experience, +30. This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us up to this place. Okay, what does this mean? Ah, shit. Let's have a closer look then. Crouch, study the footprints. Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. This print doesn't look like the odd sole boot we found at the hanging, Kim. He inspects the tracks closer. The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. This doesn't look like the workers from the hanging, does it? No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print? Hard to say. Still a boot, though. Didn't the racist guy have boots with stuff on the sole? Conclude. Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor. Okay, what does this mean? It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route behind Classia's room in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant. Let's move on. Hey! This is a barred door you tried to kick in before. Lightly punch the door once more, just in case. The door shudders a bit, as though it were laughing at you. So what's on the other side? Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out onto the roof. We could ask Classia about this route, see how she reacts. Inland Empire, 12 or 11. Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact. Or the roof. On board the door. Aha! Aha! Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Tell me what up, Classia.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
I need to talk to you about your room again. The door there. Did you know that it leads downstairs to a downstairs elevator? +5 experience seems. I did not. She takes a drag of her cigarette and smiles. Mystery solved, then. I kept wondering where it led. Reaction speed, easy, success. There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now. There are tracks on the floor. They're recent. Huh, this isn't good. She feels like a quarry encircled. Her eyes dart to the door. 10 out of 10. Nice. It's an old pinball workshop. The room back there. This place used to be a pinball arcade. Okay, she smiled. I'm glad someone's had fun. That's all for now. She flicks the ash from her cigarette absent-mindedly. I have other questions for you now, apparently. I notice your room is close to mine. I have a personal question. Yes, you're just one room away. She pours herself more coffee. Very personal. Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my memory. You just asked Classio about Sunday night. You do not need to know that. The lieutenant taps on his notebook. What you need to do is ask normal police questions, like he waits for you to finish the sentence. Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here. Let's return to this later, miss. Alright, back inside. Also, that striking guy, like, disappeared. Come on. Man, am I hungry. Nice. We did it. Okay, let's see. What else is here? What does it want? Oh. We have lots of keys. Okay. Bullets. We've got one bullet. That makes sense. Don't forget to turn the music back on. I feel like No, it's there. Just didn't trigger for this room. The doomed hostel. So we gotta talk to Gart, and we gotta ask Claudia about Sunday night when we're not around. And we need to return and talk to Plaisance. Let's talk to Gart.
Can I help you?
Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling. Another thing. Great. I love those. Claudia in room 3. She nicked the phone line. Why? He stops himself. No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building. Suggestion, medium success, 13 out of 10. He really doesn't like it being Claudia. You have Lena. Lena is a good customer. Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she? What? The woman chimes in. Someone mentioned my name. We were just paying you a compliment and finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here, he yells, then turns back to you. Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else? Gart, if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door. Oh, okay. Well, he controls excitement. Well, I did hear you make a noise back there, so good for you. Aren't you going to ask me what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Skeletons. A mausoleum of the dead. Oh, we're going to lie to him. Yes, ha ha. What's actually behind there? Pinball machines. A pinball workshop. Ha, I knew it. I always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here, too. I knew it, he repeats. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean? Why, do you play? Because I might be up for a game. No, I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. If you found pinball machines in there, thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? He scowls. No, but we could diversify the entertainment options. Seeing as you've opened the door back there, the machine we have in the corner now is broken. Plus, I've experienced. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than that hellish karaoke machine. And that one's always causing trouble. Suggestion, easy success, 13 out of 8. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. Inland Empire, easy success, 12 out of 8. He should still know, though. You have to be forewarned about these things. I have to warn you, I may have discovered that Whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. What? He looks mildly startled. Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing. Reaction speed, easy success, 8 out of 8. So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this. Wait, so you know of the curse? Everyone knows of it. The Whirling is listed at the intercom outside as one of the buildings in Building B of the doomed commercial area. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the Whirling. Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline? The Whirling was once the East Delta pinball arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the Whirling fails too. The Whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade which failed, though perhaps the Whirling will escape the curse. No sense in agitating him. Does this look like part of the doomed commercial area? He makes a sweeping gesture. This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man, that's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place through hail and through sleet. Fuck it. Fuck me if some doom ghost, he steadies his voice. Medium, success, empathy. He's doing a fine job, too, though he's spoken of the place dismissively before. The hostel is actually very important to him. You really care about the Whirling, huh? Yes, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area. Aha, so you finally admit it? Task complete, the doomed hostel. Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you got a commendation, maybe even a promotion. Who owns this place? Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering may be involved. And who named it Whirling in Rags? Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company. It was you? You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names, too. It's from a song. A song? Hail Holy Queen by the, Ateniers. Hail Holy Queen of the Sea, he quotes. You're whirling in rags. You're vast and you're sad. Good pick, the lieutenant nods. What about those other cafeterias you manage? What about them? He shrugs. One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kras Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts. Direction speed, 8 out of 8. Easy success. He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him. And the others? The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the Whirling. Well, good luck to you with this place. Luck has got nothing to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. So if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up? There's something else I want to ask about. Yes? By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here. Absolutely out of the question. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger, then we sing in this place to shit. Goodbye. Alright, so he says no. It's good to know. Let's check our thing, and then it's late. Is there stuff that we want to do without Kim? We probably need to go out on the balcony, and then we need to sort of dispatch of Kim and go down to where the body is, right? Okay, let's go up the stairs. Let's end of day check it out. Man. Slow day in chat, but more and more people have showed up. We're up to 7. Hard to complain about that. See you in the morning.
Yes?
Nothing. Oh, we don't get an end of day debrief now. Bye, Kim. Yeah, we could go to bed. What is this? Oh, it's the door to Kim's room. 9-4 is still here, as is Melon Dog. Yeah, no, I mean, it started as a quiet day in chat. Like it's only grown. At first it was 4, then it was 5. Yeah, Kim's gone, but now we can go to the body. Is there anything else we wanted to do while Kim was gone? We wanted to talk to Klassia. Those will be the 2 things that we do. Oh, computer. Alright, let's go looking for that body. There are other big scenes with Kim, just not scheduled. Ah, I thought it was going to be the end of every day. He was going to recaps for us the stuff that we'd done so far. I was looking forward to it. On into the basement. There we go. What's going on, phone? Man, I have not eaten dinner yet. I am hungry. Alright. None of this stuff matters. It's the bear. The bear. The gigantic bear. It's so big. Try to remove the dead man's boots again. The body is reluctant to let go of the boots, as though they were its last bit of dignity. Physical instrument, medium success, 11 out of 10. You're going to need to summon all your strength for this undertaking. Whatever you're planning to do, you need to do it before they catch pneumonia and the cold draft coming from the deep inside the fridge. Let's see. Most people are right-footed, and I found out earlier this week that most of your weight holds on your right side, so we're going to pull on the left boot. Feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or 2. Pull on the right boot. It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot. Interfacing medium success. Just relax. This is easy. This is happening. See? The corpse doesn't care if you try to take his boots. He doesn't need them. He's probably glad to take them. Adjust his seating position first. He's too heavy to move by yourself. Great mass of dead muscles with hoarfrost covering his milky eyes. Try to twist the boots off one by one. Gained. Fairweather T500 boots with rotting flesh. This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off, with nasty slices of polymer sock stuck to the even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh. Take stock of the damage. Not good. Let's pin this on the bear. The ice bear tore his legs with his claws. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you've had them cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly. Yeah, blech, you're right. Perception, 9 out of 6. Trivial. Success. Yes, these need to be washed before. The stink is incredible. Reaction speed, easy success. Didn't the Whirling Rags have a kitchen? Close the door. Ooh, man. Alright. Time to go back and wash these bad boys. We got some boots. Wash the boots. In a kitchen somewhere. Yep. To the Whirling Rags we go. Sorry to push this again. You don't have to, but I recommend asking Joyce about the pail. It's good coming from her. Okay. We might not get to that tonight, Merbles. We might push that to next time based upon how long we have left, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have time. First on the docket, these boots. But I absolutely don't mind a little bit of direction. I mean, so much of the game is sort of aimless wandering. That, like, when I finally have a lead, I'm going to follow the lead. But when I don't have a lead, yeah, I can direct me as much as you want. I don't care. A lot of people, like, really don't like backseat gaming, but... Oh, no. The industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hunger-hostile guests. There are several pots and pans on hand. Getting the corpse residue out of the boots is going to require patience, and also a huge pot full of boiling water, soap, and white vinegar. Check out the cookware. Its commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city, and also to boil a putrid pair of death boots. Check out the cleaning supplies. There's a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There's also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge. Endurance, medium success, 10 out of 10. This is going to take the hard stuff, too. Use as much as you can. The boots are really disgusting. Pour some dish soap and the bottle of white vinegar into the pot. The delicious smell of cheap soap and vinegar walk up from the pot. Interfacing, easy success, 10 out of 8. All right now, chef, light the stove up and boil them. Add water and boil, and the boots to the pot. Bring it all to a nice boil. Item lost. The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil. Wait. Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface. Beautiful. A two-course dinner of rotting flesh and hardened ceramic. Wait some more. The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it, too. Just like beef stew. A little more. That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam, dense with the smell of meat, disappears into the vent above the stove. Dump the sock and flesh stew and examine your new boots. Item gained. I thought that we had, like, ruined them, but apparently we cleaned them. A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect. Master Chef out. Hell yeah. We did it. Done. The boots. Actually, several things got done. Oh, and look at these bad boys. +2 authority, -1 composure. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Whew. And another skill point. Ooh, I'll take it. I'll take it. You look down at the white ceramic sabatons hugging your arches and calves, surprised at how well they fit. I will be responsible with this. This is just protecting from harm, not to show off. Decked out in future armor, like a cop ought to be. Task complete. Find 1 armor piece. Gained +10 experience. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. This is a long sought-after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it. I must study it. Thought gained. Fairweather T500. Remember, the vitreous enamel material acts as kinetic redistributor. It's meant to stop bullets. Wear it, observe its properties, see if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material. Alright. -1 savoir-faire. Hard to move. It really hurts to punch this armor. A sword wouldn't even leave a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw that will allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is. Possibly by beating yourself while wearing it. Shooting yourself? Let's see. Do we want to... I'm curious. Yeah, I do want to investigate this. We're going to unlock this. Yeah. Alright. Ah, the bonuses from the thoughts. Terrible. Oh, look, our little skeleton's down here with our brain. Alright. The other thing we had to do was talk to Classia. Let's go do that. And then we're probably signing off because I'm so hungry I'm dying, guys. I mean, we'll take our break and we'll debrief and stuff, but... Nice. I wonder if, like, it's alright if Kim sees us wearing the boots. He might get mad. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. You know, kind of a long day at work. You know what's been going on, Victor. But, other than that, you know, doing fine. And she's gone. Alright, we'll talk to her tomorrow. Oh, I guess we are going to go talk to Joyce about the gray, was it? The pale? The mist? I feel like all three of those things are the name of, like action/horror movies. How have you been, Weishi fan? You're up late. I guess not that late. It's a little past midnight, isn't it? On the East Coast. Just woke up from a nap. Well, that would do it. Yeah, my sleep schedule has been totally wrong. I keep falling asleep between 3 and 4 in the morning. It has not been pleasant. And I can force myself to get up at the right times if I need to, but, like, you know, then I'm tired all day and I still can't fall asleep, like, when the time comes. Just hasn't been good, guys. Let's be honest. Just not been sleeping well. Which is unusual for me. Usually I sleep pretty well. Though, admittedly, you know, I used to sleep pretty well when I was tired. I'm hoping that the exercise is going to help some. Finally got back into the gym after being sick. Although it is funny, talking this much does make my throat and nose raw in the way that I was worried about when I was feeling really sick. Yeah. Not like having places to, like, get out and get up to go do, like, makes it more difficult. Like, I used to go into the office at a much more consistent time than I, like, get up and work from home now. You know, pros and cons.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Got some more questions about reality. What is pale? The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. It is the opposite of reality. Okay, but what is it? A definition. Okay, she concedes. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, detective. The separative tissue between the isolas. It is the interinsulary mass. Wait, what is an isola? Isola is a Messinian word for the continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe that there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we've discovered 7. Mundi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinda. And Insulinda is an oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Mundi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinda the bluest. What can I say? She stops. Each is perishing and dear. Okay, what is the pale like? Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is not the enemy of matter or life. It is not like any other or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness. Is it here? Look around. No, detective. We're safe. She points to the sea. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You're in the middle of the Isola. Inland Empire, medium, success, 12 or 10. As you gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up to your stomach. 6,000 kilometers from the end of the world. Yes, that is enough. Many cities are built much closer, and point north there. An uproar of matter, darling, rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating, even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a gray coronal mist. Cold vapor, marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold is adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's... She closes her eyes and breathes out heavily. It's the most disco thing you'll ever see. Half-light. 10 out of 10. Medium. Success. You could hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly. What are its physical qualities? It's difficult to describe, or even measure, something whose fundamental property is a suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into the pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has passed the number barrier. It may be impossible. If we're surrounded by pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola? Oh, it is... Her lungs deflate. Her words sound like a sigh. So difficult for us. It is possible to force dimensions on the pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it's still hard for humans to navigate the pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged. The pale can damage the mind? Extensively. How? Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied material. They call it the blend over of the self. The pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past. What does over-radiation feel like? Do I hate Avrart? So far, everything that he's done has seemed terrible, except I found out that he's like doing a good job of keeping the old guys in the community from like going broke. Like he definitely seems like... It definitely seems like there's some corruption, and at the same time, it seems, you know, he's folded everyone into his empire. Let's put it that way. Why, do you have feelings, Dynome? Is that how you pronounce your name? Dynome? Dienemy? I don't know. It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of pale exposure per year. You hate Avrart, honestly. Yeah, I mean, my experience has not been positive thus far. It's more for her. Way more. Have you played the game before? You're not a civilian passenger? No. Nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I'm a member of the entrepreneuric business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually. Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded earlier memories. I don't. He's a bad person who, by virtue of his position, has to do good things. His brother is much worse. Yeah, I haven't met his brother. Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange gray-haired woman and her lorry. Do lorry drivers pass the pale? Yes, carried in the hulls of airships, she nods. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon. You should ask the pale driver about this. See what he says. That poor woman must have stories to tell like you wouldn't imagine. Are you over-radiated? Up to my gills, officer. An acidic smile on her lips. It's getting worse every year. What's entrepreneuric? Entrepreneuric, she corrects, is the scientific study of the pale, or a recent iteration of it, by way of grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain. Okay, I've got to fix my headset. 1 second here. Did they cross it? The Western Plain? There are signs of preter-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years. What has entrepreneurics changed, then? Nothing. We remain powerless before the pale. The only real advance in pale transition is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later. Aerostatic craft? Hybrid airships, detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near pale to far pale. In essence, we throw them in, and they come out the other end, if we throw them precisely. If we do not, then they don't. How much pale is there compared to the world? The pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping. Slipping how? To our detriment, or... What do you think, detective? She looks you in the eye. It's growing. There's more and more of the pale. Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything, but this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists. Stay silent. Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. Geez, sounds like climate change. Ugh. Yeah, just ignore it. I suggest you do the same. Off we go. You see the hangman's mouth open. Off we go into the wild Pale yonder. One and all, she closes her eyes. They say Pale is death, but for the universe. Why should we just leave and the world get left behind? Let's return to reality, please. Yes, sweet reality, she stomps her foot. But before we do, tell me, detective, is this your first time you're hearing of this? Do you really not remember anything? I sometimes sense vague shadows of the past, and it's not good. Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale? Hmm. It's terrifying. It is terrifying. Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face. Your ailing constitution, sweaty forehead, the beads there, your heavy breathing. Hello, resident cosmological physics here in chat. Is she saying the Pale has dark energy? Sadly, our galaxy will soon be an isola. I think it's an analog for that, yeah. Could be an analog for that. It'd be weird, like, maybe it's like the concept of galaxies, but, like sort of on a continent scale. You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, detective. If you don't know even this, then she stops mid-sentence. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by, I promise. I hope so, I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him, and he is very competent. In the meanwhile, some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here. Secret task, talk to Joyce about the Pale without Kim. I see. You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time. She gives a slight bow. What is this acute encephalopathy? It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out. She tries to convey in a short, cold burst, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective. What causes encephalopathy? Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use. It's definitely the drinking. She nods, slowly. What this boils down to is this reality thing is stupid. Blow this joint, grab a bottle, and drain that shit right down your throat. Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie out in the open somewhere. Wipe that urge from your mind and get back to reality. She stares at you, head tilted to the side, with a slightly concerned look on her face. I want to know what you are. She hums. She won't maneuver her way out of this one. What are you? I am the vilest of the vile, she says with a sudden flash of teeth. A traitor, a devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra. It's sharp. Wait, what's an ultra? An ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal from the revolution. It's not the moderate kind. I don't understand. What's so vile about that? Haven't you heard? She nods pedagogically. I am neither a creature of the forbidden swamp, one of those... I am a nether creature of the swamp, of the forbidden swamp, one of those who pushed the king under a shitwagon and betrayed the revolution. I can see you... You thought I've gone extinct. No sane person identifies an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. She looks you in the eye. You're a centrist at heart, a real moralist. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening? In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire, decades of guilt and pride. Forgive her, but only because you like her pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes. I forgive you. I do hope so, she bows. I hope we're able to remain collegial despite it. I remember we were partners, whether you like to admit it or not. There's blood on my hands, I assure you. There's blood on many hands, I assure you. When the dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. She turns her gaze to the Delta. This was all our last generation managed. Would you have done something differently? With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez, monument to the efficacy of its artillery, while a gentle wind sweeps the streets in a rebuilt east, light drizzling, washing it clean, lights go up. Light drizzle, washing it clean, lights go up, and motor carriages circulate the tracks. I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition, not here in Martinez, and not in Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake, then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isola down rather than let them have it. Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes, an oil fire in the woman. You're a patriot? Yes, I suppose I am, but I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here. You have daughters? Yes, whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. She closes her eyes, then opens them again. Now, shall we return to reality? What's this? Spread your hands. A bird? She tilts her head. A sphenicid, a flightless bird of the polar region. I mean, what is this place here? Ah! She spreads her arms almost as wide. This is the pier of Rue de Saint Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have made kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two. She looks around. What is Rue de Saint Ghislain, 33A? A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see, and new buildings, bâtiments, after les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux, they're old. She looks up at the crumbling facade. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall, a real high-rise by the standards of the last century, built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course. Who lived in them? Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat! From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye, her red paintbrush held to her throat. Wonderful. What is that? Point to Cindy the Skull. The girl in the old lady rags? Yes. Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture. Infraculture? Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common. The herd. The music on the radio. The food in the chain restaurant. Those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture. Okay. I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow. I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. She pauses to take a long and leisurely sip of tea. All right, what's next? That's kind of fair, the whole counterculture as defined by culture critique. What was the RCM again? Let's finish the list. Nothing more, nothing less than the de facto law enforcement body of the post-revolutionary Revachol detective. You said de facto. Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. That's it for the who I am part, then. Permit me to collude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. That's all for now. Thank you. That's all for now. All right, Joyce. Is there a new thought? Superstar Cop is rising. That's nice. Map? Is there stuff on the map? Oh, I guess we could ask her for money again. You know what? I'm going to try. That'll be our last thing for night. Let's try asking her for money.
Good. What can I help you with at this late hour?
It's night. Don't you ever sleep? Matter of fact, I don't. She takes a sip. Why is that? I have a medical condition of my own. Nothing unusual, though. I'm old, you see. Old, huh? I think I have that, too. Don't worry, it's curable. With questions. Ask me some. It'll help pass through the night. Is that true? I guess old people don't sleep as much. Oof. Tattoos, Everart, boat, what do you do? Strike Harbor, lynching, reality. None of those seem to have to do with money. Alright, I'll leave. Alright, I think I'm going to call it there, guys. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll be back and we'll wrap up. Stick around. I'll be back in 2, 3, 4 minutes. It could be a glitch. Could have known. Alright, I'll be back in 2, 3, 4 minutes. Be right back.